Hey guys, it's Coco. Oh, it's been a little chaotic. Can't wait. Emotions are running high. So I want you to know that you are perfectly made through all of the intensity that you are. There was no other one that was made like you. You were designed to stand out. You were designed to go through what you're going through. You're designed to be able to take the most extreme situations and find that love that's inside it and flip it and turn it and mold it and manifest it to something beautiful. You're not a disaster. You're not. You're just you. And you're perfectly you. So whoever this is for, because I know I have been battling an ongoing imbalance of emotions. And guess what? It's okay. Accept who you are. Your flaws, your beauty, your mistakes, your errors, your transformations, the things you don't know right now, the things you do right now, and know that it's okay. So I'm going to do a spread and see what advice that our ancestors, angels, spirit guides, the moon, and the divine has for us today. Because it's been challenging. Today has been a day that you are worthy. You got this. No other sign in the zodiac can be able to endure what you endure. To be able to fight unconditionally, to be able to love unconditionally, to be able to stand firm throughout every storm and not cave and not falter. You do. That is your strength. You are strong. And you can overcome whatever is before you, especially yielding to the light and love that's inside you. Okay? So, that being said, I don't know where this is going. I don't know who this is for, but let's get it. Maybe spirit guides, ancestors. On the moon, showing clutching, let me see for Scorpio. Showing clutching, let me see for Scorpio. What advice do you have? Showing clutching, let me see. Got my hands and got my eyes. Love and light and love and light and love and light. What advice do you have for Scorpio? Big picture thinking's at the bottom of the deck. This pleads energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Now, in the present situation, you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. The influences is that you're called. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. The challenges is a deep cellular healing, physical and emotional healing. The final outcome is perspective. It says none of this matters. Zoom out on the common ground. And the overall, we are the half horse. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Whenever I sit here and I look at all of this, the present situations, you're not alone as you feel that way. You feel like you're alone. You feel isolated. The physical connection, maybe it might be gone. It might be you're trying to find it. You might be searching for something, a connection, a community, a place where you belong. The influences around this is you've got gifts and you're training yourself. And it's time to step up and step into the light and step and embrace your gifts. The challenges that I see is that you need to learn how to channel your physical and emotional healing within yourself. It might be physical, it might be mental, it might be emotional, it might be psychological. It can be whatever. But you've got to balance yourself. You've got to center yourself. You've got to heal. You're challenging and you're struggling with that. And it can be overwhelming because we are intense. And as we are intense, of course, our emotions are intense. So you're going to feel it even worse more than anybody. But there you can channel it. The outcome is you're going to change that perspective. You're going to fight. You're going to alter what needs to be altered. Because none of this matters. None of the BS, none of the drama, none of the simple freaking things that people say can affect you. Nothing matters other than you. You need to understand that whenever you root yourself, nothing matters. Period. Nothing can ever matter. Nothing can ever get better. Nothing can ever manifest. Nothing can ever be okay. Nothing can ever be stable unless you're okay. You're no good to nobody else unless you're your best self and good to you. Zoom out, find a common ground. Just zoom out. Just block everything out. And not in the sense of blocking it to forget it. Block it if it's negative, to step back, reevaluate, ground yourself, and then come at it again in a clear mind and a sound mind of understanding, of knowing, to say, okay, I got this. What is it that needs to be fixed or altered or changed or anything like that? Does that make sense? And we either have force. You have a deep love. This is the theme of this haul. Deep love, mother's milk. Birth as a portal. Reborn. Wake up. You're not alone. You're such a nurturing person. You're by birth, by right, a caregiver, a lover, someone that's unconditionally loyal and never wavering. The beauty within you is that you are life. You bring to life so many different things. When something dies, you bring it back. Whenever something is brought to life, you give it that vibe, that vibrance, that energy to thrive. So whether it's something that's gone or something that's coming back, wherever you go, you're led by the vibrations of love. Angel, spirit, guides, ancestors, divine moon, clarify the present situation for Scorpio. Angels, ancestors, guides, clarify the present situation for Scorpio. Your emotional withdrawal. You are feeling emotionally cut off. You're feeling emotionally overwhelmed. You don't know whether to be who you are or change and alter, that you're not good enough, that second guessing what's inside you, second guessing that fire, second guessing that love. Is it worth it? Why don't people get that? So you withdraw. Because you feel like no one understands, because you feel like you're alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. Give me ancestors, angels, spirit guides, divine moon, for the influences for Scorpio. For the influences for Scorpio. Balance. You got to learn how to balance yourself. You're learning it. It's taking time. But you got to ignite that fire that's within you to acknowledge who you are, all of you. And it's not bad. Love is not bad. Intensity of it's not bad. Just channel it. For the challenges, spirits, ancestors, guides, moon, divine moon. For the challenge. Okay. Material and spiritual prosperity, harmony, spiritual union. The challenges, material and spiritual prosperity. You're going to gain this. It's challenging because you're not being able to balance yourself because you are emotionally withdrawn. You're second guessing your gifts. You're not going to be able to get harmony, but you can in a spiritual union. But you just got to be able to open up to self to see what this is, to unite with spirit, unite with your inner self, unite with the harmony that's within you. Because whenever you ignite that fire, that knowing, and acknowledge who you really are and seek out to center yourself, to balance yourself, to connect with who you are and grow from everything, you'll be able to see that material and spiritual prosperity. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, divine moon. What's the final outcome and the theme for Scorpio? What's the final outcome? Authority, but you have to take that authority. You have to stand in that authority. Heartache and loss. Sometimes we have to have heartache and loss to awaken us. Sometimes it takes things drastic things to get us to acknowledge what we sometimes hide. Sometimes we have to have the extremes, like in everything else. And sometimes extremes things have to happen in order for us to see. Trapped in fear, moving on, prosperity begins. You're moving on. Prosperity is going to begin. Trapped in fears and heartache and loss. Through heartache and loss, it might cause us to be trapped in our fear, emotionally withdrawn, unbalanced. But we can move on from this whenever we learn to balance ourselves. Whenever we have the authority to connect with ourselves through that spiritual union, to harmonize within that around us. For prosperity to begin, for material and spiritual prosperity. Anything else? Anything else? Your solar plexus chakra. Anything else? Ancestors, angels, spirit guides, divine angels, anything else? Anything else? Because there is victory and success. There's going to be some solitude. That means that you need to take some time to yourself to find your spiritual strength. Sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, to gain wisdom about a new beginning, to give you power. You just gotta stand your ground. It's just a waiting game for triumph. Base chakra, memories of love. You rejoice and celebrate rebirth, because it is your destiny. Once you do that, you can rest, rejuvenate. I did it like that for a reason, because the fact is, whenever spirit talks to us, sometimes our thoughts, our minds, our emotions are so running high that we can't see it, we can't hear it, we can't acknowledge it, even with signs so so intense, you know, because we are intense creatures. Sometimes we miss things, and that's okay because there was a lesson throughout every process. Every process, there's a lesson. You've got to wake up. You've got to center yourself. You've got to acknowledge yourself. You've got to go within, take some time to yourself, reevaluate. You're not a bad person. You're not fucked up. You're not unworthy. You are love. Yes, you're going to be misunderstood because people don't understand how you vibrate, how you vibe, how you can love, how you can see things so purely. Are we sometimes strangers? Yes, we are. Just depends on whatever extension it is, what you've done to a Scorpio. But right now, you've got some conflict. You've got a lot of imbalance, a lot of emotions running high. Center yourself. Work on your chakras, okay? It's okay to be perfectly imperfect, okay? Ain't that how it goes? You're perfectly imperfect. It's who you are. Angels, ancestors, guides, divine. What is the present situation that you don't even know for Scorpio? Present situation. You're very close to achieving your goals. What's the influences? Your plan is your dreams and plans are a practical plan. Challenges, prosperity lies ahead. Keep it overwhelming. Nothing is yet set in stone. And you are good enough. Whenever I see this, the present situation, you're very close to making that step, to finding that balance. You're on the verge of it. You've been questioning things. You've been seeing things in a different light. You've been questioning your worth. You've been questioning, are you good enough? You've been questioning, are you that messed up? You've been questioning every single thing about you, and you're so confused. But you're close to achieving what needs to be achieved. When it says goal, it don't mean to be something that's planned out strategically, business or whatever. You're close to that breaking point, to where enough is enough, to where you can see clearly that it is or it ain't, whether it's for you or against you, whether it's life or death, whether it's joy or hell. You're at that point. You're very close to achieving what needs to be achieved with clarity, with vision, with understanding. That's going to change and alter, and it's going to make some transitions happen because your dream's in a practical plan. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. These are the influences. You need to plan strategically. You need to embrace your gifts, learn them, line them, and follow them. Follow your intuition. You've got to channel and heal from things that you have not healed from. And when you do, prosperity lies ahead. When it comes to the final outcome, it says that you need to zoom out, find common ground, that no materialistic thing matters. Spiritual right now is what you need to be working on. Nothing yet is set in stone. Know that. Nothing's set in stone because the divine is working with you and around you and for you to manifest and to bring you to where you need to be in a position to where you can handle this as a Scorpion does. You are very highly intelligent and gifted and intuitive. You are so in tuned, and it is overwhelming sometimes because as we are intense, our emotions and feelings and intuition is intense. We've got to balance that. And whenever something's given to us, we have a choice to either create life or death with that. But no, nothing yet is set in stone. The theme over this is letting you know and reassure you that you are good enough. You are good enough. Through all of everything that's in you, that sometimes just is what it is, and some people can't accept it. You are good enough. Don't ever let someone else's opinion of you control you where you go or where you may be leading. This is a new start's coming. It's a win-win outcome in forecast. Like I said, I couldn't sleep. It's been a very emotional day. Unbalanced. Firm though. Led by light and love. It's been hell. So I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know. But you are beautiful. You are strong. What's the influences? What's the influences? Self-worth. The challenges. Angel spirit guides, angels, divine and immortal. The challenges. Whoa. Cycles is at the top of the deck. Chaos is at the bottom of the deck. Chart 2. Choices. Loyalty. The moon. Cycles. Belonging. Risk. Honesty. All right. In the present, there's strength. There's a lot of strength. You're finding the strength to stand firm, to keep on going, to keep on pushing. In the influences, you find the self-worth. You're doubting yourself. You're doubting your worth. You're doubting whether or not you're good enough. And that's the influence. And that needs to alter. That's what needs to be changed, because you are worthy. You are an original. You are who you are, and don't no one ever feel that you're not good enough. Because you're a Scorpio, you are led by light and love. Even though we go to dark places, there's no one else designed to be able to go through what we go through, come out on top, and be as strong, fearless, loving, compassionate, understanding, and knowledgeable, and empathetic than any other. No one else can do it. Only a Scorpio. Only a Scorpio can go through the worst of the worst, come out on top, and take that fucking situation, flip it, turn it, and bring it back to life and love. Period. Challenges. You feel like you're bound, or feel like there's an oath. Let me get that. Let me clarify that. Give me just a second. I want to clarify that one. How about that? The oath. It says an oath is never made lightly, nor in jest. Promises are meant to be honored. When you choose this symbol, perhaps it's time you look at how you have made your promises. Have you crossed your fingers behind your back, relinquishing the magic that binds you to the oath? That binds you to your oath. Oh, excuse me. Have you crossed your fingers behind your back, relinquishing the magic that binds you to your oath? Has anyone broken his or her promise to you? Let the person go. Don't hold on if someone refuses to be honorable. You don't want this person in your life. For now, the most important promise you can make is to yourself. Promise to be kind, loving, honorable, and good. Do no harm. To belong to me, you must keep that promise. So no matter how bad shit gets, know your worth. Take that oath within yourself to not be just treated any what type of way that people treat you, because you can't sit there and allow people to dim your light, Scorpio. You cannot allow people know how much loyalty that there is there, or love, or understanding. You cannot deny yourself to be treated in such a way if they're not given that same treatment in return. If you were investing, then that person is to be investing in you. If they're not committing, if they're not investing, then you walk away, because that person is not going to get you to your next level. That person is not going to seed into you. If they're not doing it now, they're not going to do it later. I know we keep on this hope, we keep this little lifeline, thinking that everything's going to change, and it never does. You deserve better than to be put in the back. You deserve better, and to have someone that's going to take that same oath of dedication and acknowledgement to you as you give them. Whenever I clarify the outcome, it says that success. There's success. Congratulations. You did it. Sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like I said, I couldn't sleep, and I was compelled to do it. So, but there is success whenever you learn to balance yourself and know your worth and know who you are, and you stand in that right. And there's movement. There's going to be movement. There's constant movement. That constant movement between your emotions, constant movement between your physical, constant movement between interactions with people. And it's okay. You don't have to let someone else turn you into something that you're not, or make or manipulate you to be something that you're not. If you are loved, then you are loved. If you have feelings, then you have feelings. We're human beings. Some people have emotions and are affectionate, and some people aren't. They don't know how. Instead of looking at it as a negative, whenever someone makes you feel like you're less than, or that you're not good enough, flip it. Because people don't have to use words to make you feel less than. Their actions, their movement, their body language, that can make you feel like you're not accepted, that you're not good enough. There's movement. It could be movement with that. It could be movement to a different level. It could be moving out of where you're at. Let's go a little bit further. Angels, ancestors, guides. What's the advice for Scorpio's present situation? What's the advice for Scorpio's present situation? Guide my hands, guide my cards. Live by light and love. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, divine knowing, show me the truth and safety of Scorpio's present. Truth. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Tell me the advice that you want me to send to Scorpio about the influences that are in your life. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, give me the advice. Scorpion's influences. What's the challenges for Scorpio? Angels, ancestors, spirit guides. What's the challenges? Divine and being guide my hands. Do you have these challenges? Final outcome. Let me make sure I didn't drop anything. Okay, so the present, you got to acknowledge the truth. You've got to see the truth that's in you, to see the truth in the situation, see the truth that's in the outcome. Quit denying it, quit blocking it, quit trying to make excuses for it, quit. See it for what the fuck it is. Acknowledge that shit, build on it. Let it go if it needs to be let go. Fucking invest if it needs to be invested. Only you will know. So take what resonates and scratch the rest. But you've got to find the truth. It's right before your eyes. You're just not looking at it or acknowledging it. You're ignoring it. You're ignoring the signs. You've got to accept the truth of what's going on. Influences, inspiration. Find your inspiration. Find that self-worth within yourself. Find that life back inside you and see yourself for who you truly are. And inspire. Inspire everything. Inspire yourself with the inspiration that has been instilled in you by what you might see, what you might feel, what you might know within someone else. If someone praises you or sits there and shows you that affection, that gives you that drive and passion to excel, let them inspire you. Let them bring that inspiration back that you fought so hard for, that kept you on fire, that made you who you are, because it's dim and it's losing its light. It shouldn't have to. You're not one to be put out. The world vibrates on how Scorpio vibrates and how its light is and how bright it is. Don't let no one dim your light. The challenges is because you got to heal. Heal, baby. Just heal. Look within you. Everything. Clear your mind. Heal your mind, your heart. Clear your throat. Clear your soul. Clear your heart. You cannot be your best self with hate in your heart. Final outcome. You're going to lighten your load. There's success in it because you're going to lighten the load in order to have success. The theme of it is that home and transformation. You have a home within yourself. And sometimes people feel like they don't have a place where they belong. Yes, you do. You just got to transform and find your place. True transformation happens when you're moving. And you don't know which direction you're going to, but you have enough faith to get up and move anyways and to put one foot in front of the other. Home is where your heart is. It could be anywhere, not just in one area. Angel Spirit, God's ancestor, divine, mission, that you need to just work for advice. What's the advice you just Scorpio? Got the Strength card again with family and answers. Sometimes we have to get the answers from what might be holding us back or blurring our vision in order to find the strength for that family that we also desperately want. Every one of us wants to be loved, to have that understanding, that knowing of that we belong. All we need is that affection, though. We've got to have answers. We've got to have a knowing. We've got to have facts. Like I said, Scorpios are extreme creatures. We can handle the most extreme, serious situations, but the simple things is what will cut us down. Manifestation. You can do anything you put your mind to. I don't know who this is for, but love yourself. Love all the imperfections. Love the fact that you are who you are. No one else could go through what you've gone through. No one else could come out with a sound mind like you have. No one would have been able to go through those obstacles and see the good in anything. It would have been negative. But you were designed to take that. You were designed to be able to cope with that. Oh, I need to say for Scorpio. I need to say for Scorpio. Give me advice for Scorpio. What advice do you have for Scorpio? Visionary, inspired ideas. Defenselessness, writing past wrongs, uprooting. Adventure, say yes to change. Power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Learning how to be human in the world, but not a light worker starseed. Serve the world by being you. How clear. All right. So it's like this. You've got to get out of this isolation and this physical connection in this community. You got to see the bigger picture because you are a visionary. You know what I'm saying? It says you're a Pleiadian energy, visionary, inspired ideas. It says you're very close to achieving your goals whenever you align yourself. Not only that, Jesus, Lord have mercy. Your souls and your gifts are training right now. Your influences is you've got to sit there and get this defenselessness and this riding the wrong path and running. You can do all of that so healthy. But you cannot do it half-assed. You've got to learn how to balance things and come up with a strategic plan of action. You've got to. Oh, Jesus. Challenges. Just got to say yes to change. Prosperity line ahead. Physical and emotional healing. You've got to physically and emotionally heal yourself. You've got to sit there and the final outcome. Change your perspective. Because nothing yet is in stone. And the power places, the Lee lines, trusted that where you're led. Trust in where you're going. Trust your intuition. Trust your heart. Trust that your feelings, are pure. That they are not going to be made out to be something that they're not. They are pure. A Scorpio loves this. A Scorpio loves. It's intense, but we love. Learning to be human in the world, but not of it. You are good enough. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a parent. A lot of things going on right here, especially with this double mission. This light worker star seed. Serve the world by being exactly who you are, embracing every aspect of who you are. That's it. You've got to embrace what you are, who you are, where you're at. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's all a transition. It's all a phase. It's all something that we have to learn from. You don't know. People are so materialized these days. We have to be spiritualized. Cleanse yourself. Only then can you get the true manifestations that you need. Quit doubting who you are. Period. Quit it. Quit doubting yourself. Quit feeling less than because you're not. You're love. You're pure, freaking, unconditional, never wavering love. And someone is going to see this quality. Someone is going to see that. You don't have to sell yourself short either. You know what you deserve. If you're in a situation with a third party, you know where you belong. You know you're not a backseat bitch. You know that you are worthy. But then you sit there, and when people come at you and make you feel that you're not, that you're the problem. You're not the problem. Because you can live and love and understand and be empathetic and give and give. You're not the fucked up motherfucker. Because you're in tune with your emotions and your feelings, whether it be rage, crying, snot, and whether it be whatever it may be. That's not your fault. That other people aren't like you. That's their issue. But don't dare allow anyone to dim your light because they're unaffectionate, because they can't, because they don't know how. Don't let that person's energy transform who you are in your being to second guess yourself. Does that make sense? Because you are worthy, because you are loved. But whenever someone tries to change your vibration to make you fucking alter that of who you are, to have you second guessing yourself, to have you thinking that you're, am I crazy? Am I messed up? Am I that bad? And what's so wrong with me? Don't ever allow no one to do you that way. Because that's not you. That's their demons. That's their faults. That's their lesson that they haven't passed. Because sometimes people come in our life for us to transform them, to wake them up to emotions, to make them feel what it's like. Not by doing anything that's going to be harmful or vindictive or malice or cruel. That's not us. We can be if pushed and provoked, but we rarely get to that point. But when it happens, there's a purpose and a reason for why a Scorpion does what they do. Period. Don't let someone take your characteristics and your charm and your fucking being and yourself and flip it and turn it and use it against you. Don't do it. Don't allow anyone to make you feel that way. Just because you can love unconditionally and at any point in time and someone else can't, that's not your problem. That's theirs. Okay. But you've got to balance your feelings and emotions. You've got to start thinking clearly whenever something happens. I always used to tell people, don't act within your feelings and emotions. Take a step back. Don't make no decision at all. Stop, shut it down, get the fuck over, get it back, draw away, get away from everybody, center yourself, think about the situation calmly. If you can't do it then, you can wait a day. No matter what you do, take a step back, reevaluate, regroup in a calm frame, in a sensible of knowing, instead of acting in your feelings and emotions. Because when you act in your feelings and emotions, rash decisions happen, not just decisions. They're irrational, they're illogical, they're detrimental to some cases. Remember, people are acting in their feelings and emotions, that gives them the thought process of the outcome of the consequences of what's going to happen. Same thing. Whenever we don't acknowledge ourselves, regroup ourselves, we're detrimental to ourselves and those around us. Think about that. I'm going to do another spread. But Scorpio, balance yourself. You got this. Don't let no one belittle you and put your flame out, because you are worthy. Don't second guess yourself or be with somebody that thinks that you're less than, or has you question yourself that you're less than. Does that make sense? Hold tight. Stand your ground. Know who you are. And just be you. Be that love. See you later.